The Healing Hour, January 22nd,
Good
2019.
afternoon. This is Tyson Bannigan with the Healing Hour. We should be live on Facebook Live. I'm here with you for the next hour. And there's three ways in which you can reach me. You can phone in toll free 1-866-369-7464. That information is in wherever you're watching the video. It will be in the comments above or below the video. You can also click the link and join me on live on Zoom as well. And the Zoom link is there for you as well. So, and also, of course, you can leave your comments in the Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group, and I'll see if I can pick them up there. So here we are. We are now live, and we are underway. So I'm just going to check in, see if anybody showed up yet through signing into Zoom. And so far, nobody has shown up. So don't forget, you can tune in by phoning in also 1-866-369-7464. Okay, great. All right, so hopefully we're recording. Everything's live, everything's working. The Zoom meeting ID, if you want to punch that in, is 531-521-696. So just returning from 2 weeks, actually it was 17 days in doing a Tao retreat study program in Taiwan. An interesting experience, rather exhausting schedule. Lots of ceremony, lots of learning, lots of lectures, lots of travel, and lots to learn and share. So that was an amazing experience with 51 other people from Singapore, Taiwan, Canada, and Malaysia and New Zealand. Made up a group of 2 busloads who traveled throughout Taiwan and visited different Tao centers, and also learned and studied and traveled together. Very, very exciting time. So lots to say about that. Upcoming is a returning, relaunching the wellness show schedule, and this year we'll be going to TV this year. So excited about that. The show will be live on TV, and we'll give you more details as that becomes available as well. So that's forthcoming. We're back on schedule now that I'm back from Taiwan. This will be the Healing Hour. Will be every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're back on schedule with this show as well. This is your opportunity to phone in, ask any questions that have to do with dowsing and energy healing, to receive any clearings that you would like or any healings, and to clear what's going on in your life, both personally and collectively, not only for yourself, but for your family, for your loved ones, and for and also to learn how to do this for your clients as well. So one of the interesting comments that came up, or postings that came up in the Dowsing Energy Healing Facebook group today, was a quote that came from another group that had to do with the whole idea that pain travels through the family lines until someone who is ready to heal it in themselves. By going through the agony of healing, you no longer pass the poison chalice on to the generation that will follow. It is incredibly important, sacred work. And yes, I do agree, and it totally is important. So Marianne Hayes says, silly question, but how does this work if I don't have kids? Well, the thing is, if you don't have kids, then it's not going to go through your lineage. But, in the fact that you are related to a soul family, it will travel through your soul family and your star family as well. So it's really that you have the opportunity to clear you. And of course, when you clear yourself and not only your immediate family, your family of origin, and your descendants and your lineage, you also clear the collective unconscious as well, which is what's the burden of the unresolved trauma on the planetary level too. So it's not a silly question. If you don't have children, you're still doing significant work by helping clear yourself. You're literally clearing hundreds of thousands of other people that are going through similar experiences. So yes, it does work if you don't have kids. All right, so this is Tyson Bannigan. This is the Healing Hour. I'm with you for the next hour. Answer your questions on dowsing, energy healing. You can phone in toll free 1-866-369-7464. And Kathleen asked in the group, hi everybody, I'm Katrina, and I'm joining this group today. The reason why I joined this group is because I need help with dowsing geopathic stress, Curry, and Hartmann lines. I have an issue to cure some of the lines, and I'm wondering what I am doing wrong. I also don't know which one of them I found. The sticks do the same thing all the time, so I don't know how to differentiate between them. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, one of the things about Hartmann and Curry lines is I really don't pay a lot of attention to Hartmann and Curry lines. I know the basic principles behind them. But basically, when it comes to energy lines that are passing through the earth, I want to know whether they're positive in the fact that they are beneficial to humans or they're not. And if they're not beneficial, then I want to know whether I have permission to change them from non-beneficial to beneficial. And usually the answer is yes. Now, one of the things that I've found is in working with energy lines is to be sensitive that if the line isn't beneficial to humans, then it's passing through a house, you may want to you may want to put it back to its original energy form when it leaves the house. The reason being is that I have no idea, and you probably don't, what benefit it may be having downstream for, say for wildlife or for whatever. So I try and mitigate energy lines that are adversely affecting humans when they pass through buildings, but I try and leave them alone otherwise. I don't drive in stakes. I don't do geopathic stress lines by doing acupuncture, by driving in needles. I found that you just simply have to talk with a geopathic stress line, their living energies, and see if you can work out a deal. So, for example, if I'm in a bedroom and I found that the energy line is passing over the bed and it has adverse effects, I ask if the energy line would be willing to move off of the bed or move out of the room or transform from negative to positive, and so I usually able to come to an agreement with the energy line that's satisfactory both for the energy line to continue to do what it's here to do and for the person who's sleeping in that room. There's all sorts of interesting information that is available on this topic. That's available. There's a booklet created by John Living, who was one of the master dowsers I worked with, and it's called Earth Radiation. And it comes in a number of different forms. Actually, there's a little booklet that you can purchase. I think it's all of $5. And then the next one up is a little bit more intense, complicated in the sense of more information, let's put it that way. So this is what this looks like. This is Earth Radiation. And it says here, this book is a classic record of identification, location of energies from the Earth, which are noxious to human beings and others. Many of the results are attested by medical doctors. Have found that cures were only effective after exposure to noxious Earth energies was eliminated. Cases are quoted which include the use of these techniques by physicians for their own health. So accompanied by many illustrations. And it's saying here, the detailed records of harmful effects on health including cancer, allergies, arthritis, insomnia, learning disabilities, and many other diseases. And it's from a number, let's see if I can, research on 11,000 people in more than 3,000 places in 14 countries. And so, for example, what they found in doing this research is there's a negative noxious energy running through the earth, and say it's passing through a town, then every house that's on that energy line will have the same people living there will have the same symptoms. So say it's a cancer-inducing, say it has to do with lungs, then there will be a lot of lung cancer along that line as it passes through the village. So it's something that we really want to be aware of and to work on. And that is that human emotion can get trapped into the energy ley lines of the earth. And as she gets ready to go through this transformation and change to become the new earth, all that's wanting to come out, right? And if it doesn't come out by us consciously working with her as earth stewards, it will come out as volcanoes and, earthquakes and tsunamis and all the rest of those ways in which the earth can restore itself or renew itself by ridding itself of all this human-induced trauma. And of course, the trauma can come from war, pestilence, suffering, crimes, any negative emotion, particularly at the collective level, gets trapped in the earth. And it can be trapped in the crystalline ley lines as well, or it can also be trapped in water, where water becomes very brackish, it can't flow, and it becomes sluggish, and those emotions are trapped in the water. So yeah, it's a very interesting area to work in, and in fact, that's the next area in which I want to help people learn to work comfortably in, and that is Earth stewardship. So the book I wrote was Planetary Transformation, Ascension and Planetary Transformation. And the line underneath it says, healing the self and healing the earth. So the first part of all this, dowsing and energy healing, has been really focused on how to heal yourself. And the second part that I'd like to begin to focus on more is earth stewardship. And that is, now that you know how to heal yourself, then how do you then help the earth heal? How do you become a midwife and help the earth birth into a new level of consciousness? And of course, they're intimately connected, as above, so below. So there's a little bit on that. And there's also, as Monique Sage posted, there's also a chart that John Living has created in which you can, it's a geometrical chart in which you can determine what adverse effects it is by being in a noxic energy. So say your chair and your desk is over top of a vortex or noxious energy, then you can calculate out how much energy you're losing over a period of time. And it's usually a geometrical progression. It's not, it's not an arithmetic progression. So hopefully that's helpful. And Katarina, if you would like some more information on that, or you'd like to book a free session and talk about that, that would be wonderful. All right, so I'm going to make some changes with the Dowsing and Energy Healing Post Facebook group. Rather than, for example, it's saying Building Clearing Monday, which hospitals, schools, prisons, graveyards do you want help with to clear today? Please give us a full address. It will go something like this. This is Building Clearing Monday. If there's a hospital, school, prison, graveyard, etc., that you want to clear, please write an energy clearing statement that others can comment on or assist you with, or others can use to clear their own areas. So in other words, it's going to be more, rather than asking me to do it for you or show you how to do it, I will have a series of videos that will show you how to do it. And then the whole purpose of if each one of these aspects, like Building Clearing Monday, will be, all right, so now that you know how to do it, let's practice doing it and help each other come up with the right statements to do it. So I'm hoping that that will be an effective way in which this becomes a more interactive group, not excuse me, not so dependent on just myself. So one of the things about traveling in Taiwan is that we were all housed together in the same area. So those that ended up with coughs and cold meant that all of us ended up with coughs and colds. So I'm still coming out the end of that. Let's going to scroll up and see in those listening to the show whether there's any questions or concerns there. Yeah, so it's sort of strange to see yourself talking on Facebook at the same time. So it says, Valerie says, likes your live video. What's up in 2019? Yeah, thank you, Valerie, for showing up. Dean, yes, unconditional love. Yes, love, love, love. All you need is love. That's our true essence, and that's what we should spread. Thank you for that. Star is where you all come from. Love is the difference between love is the difference between love. I'm not quite sure what that means, Dean, but maybe you can jump on and phone in and tell me what you have in mind there. It's 1-866-369-7464 if you'd like to phone in on during the healing hour. And Valerie says, wishing all the best to those listening to the recording and those currently watching. Please remove all discord from my home and clear all living occupants before they enter. Yes, absolutely. In fact, even better, why not install a grid right in your front door? Call it a Christ grid. I like to call it a Christ grid. We establish a permanent grid that excludes all those that do not abide by the law of one, which is to do no harm, and welcomes all those that are on that vibrational frequency. And you can do that also, not just at your front door. You can do it at the edge of your property. So when people come to visit you and they're not feeling up to snuff, so to speak, or they're not the nicest type of people, they'll just feel uncomfortable and will want to or not want to come and visit. All right, here's Linda. You can say hello to Linda here. Hi, Linda. How are you?
I'm fine, Tyson. How are you?
Well, I'm a little sick from my trip. I got a cough and cold, but I'm on the mend. Yeah.
Feel better.
Yeah, I'm got a lower husky voice than normal. So what's up in your life?
Oh, he's okay. He's okay. Could be better. Yeah, still looking for a place. I did find something, but it unfortunately didn't work out. It wasn't the right fit. That was the one I had told you about in New Jersey. That was that one, but I decided to go with it because other things had opened up that looked better.
Yeah.
As far as the part of the place and the travel and everything, but unfortunately it wasn't like that. So I'm back to square one.
Oh, well, let's. So how long has this been going on?
Since July.
Whoa. Wow. So have any insights about why this is happening?
No, I don't. None.
If you did know, what would it be? Yes. Are you living in the wrong place or something, like in the wrong area or the wrong part of the country, or what do you think?
Well, I mean, my friend had told me that, but it's still not ready. If I was to move, I'm not going to move unless I have a job. So.
Right.
Right. So she did say that. One of my friends did say
that.
I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be somewhere else in California, but I'm not leaving unless I have a job. I'm adamant about that. I just jump and go. The credit, unfortunately, is getting better, but it's still an unfortunate hindrance. So I've been looking at shares. Did the credit back up? So the income, of course, unfortunately, is not high. I did reach out to my agency and asked them if they could find out if I can get a raise. So being proactive on that.
Oh, good, good.
And I'm looking for full-time work, so I'm really active in doing that. So those are things I'm doing. Just waiting here from some state, but in the meantime, looking and like, oh, a friend said that. Maybe I'm not supposed to be, I'm supposed to be somewhere else. And I said, well, I possibly thought of that too, possibly, but that means I would have to find a job out there, and I have not found one yet. So I started looking at postings. I haven't applied for anything yet. I haven't seen anything that really grabs my attention. But then that's like a huge upheaval. And a lot of stuff is going on over there too. Not that things don't happen here in New York, but the fire is starting to really make me kind of nervous, and then the earthquakes, and of course that too. But that's kind of making me a little nervous. I'd rather stay here in New York. I already started a business too with the wine. Like I told you, I did one event already that went really well. It went well, could have been better, but I'm learning. It's a learning experience, the first one. But so I said I just started something already too. I don't want to just up and go somewhere else. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm been always grateful where I lived. I was never thankful.
So do you have any questions about, about any of the possible jobs or any of the possible places you could live?
No.
No. Because that's one thing that you can do if you trust your guidance and your dowsing, is when you have the applications in front of you, or you see an ad, rather than just applying for anything and everything, is to go through and with your pendulum determine which has highest frequency for you, right? The highest match, and then focus on that. Otherwise, it can get really overwhelming, right? Trying to apply for everything, or try and find, try and apply to every a possible apartment that's available. So I really encourage you, if you feel comfortable with your dowsing, is to do that, right? Is to go through the list and simplify it so that you're focusing on what will bring you the best results. And that will bring your confidence up as well, right? Like it gets really, really frustrating when it's no. Yeah. So is there anything you'd like to clear to get out of the way?
Well, to clear around this.
All right.
Around this situation.
All right. So do you, like I was saying in the beginning, do you have any idea what could be in the way?
No, I don't.
You don't. All right, so let's go. So it would be going something like this. I, Tyson Bannigan, in my holy name, on behalf of you, clear all non-beneficial energies in and around and through your being, and throughout the multi-dimensional levels of your being, and through all time, space, and dimensions, both known or unknown. And I declare it so be it. It is done. And there's still a fair amount of action. It's still clearing like crazy here. And it's still clearing. It's still clearing. It looks like the energy that it wanted to work on had to do with your heart. So have you been grieving lately?
Grieving?
Yeah, like have you lost somebody in your life, or
No.
No? Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna
Unfortunately, my coworker has.
Well,
yeah.
And has that been affecting you?
I'm trying not to let it affect
All right.
me.
Well, I guess it has been. All right, so let's just see where you were before and where you are now. So that took a lot of energy. There was a lot of clearing. As simple as that statement was, there was a lot that was ready to be let go. So I would encourage you to, if you do you know the short form that I just used? Are you familiar with it?
I have to download it again.
Yeah, download it again and just do it. Maybe some, let me just see. I think it's going to be 7 days, but let me just check. 1, 2. For 2 weeks. So in other words, it's just like priming the pump. If you did it once a day for 14 days, then it will become part of your subconscious, and you can just say clear every time you feel frustrated or every time you feel that it's not going the way you want or you're not having the clarity. It will just clear things up for you automatically, but you just need to sort of reprogram that for a bit. Okay, so it's going to be in the files, in the Dowsing Energy Healing closed Facebook group. In the files, you can just download it there.
Okay, great.
All right. Well, that should help you going. And
Thank you so much, Tyson.
you're welcome. And you know how to get hold of me every Tuesday, so you can check back in. All right.
Yes, I will.
All right. Good luck for this.
God bless you. Thank
All right.
you.
Bye for now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, don't forget that the deep clearing is downloadable in the files section of the Dowsing Energy Healing closed Facebook group. And of course, that's the one that you can use to clear anything and everything. In the text itself, it has an open bracket to write in anything that you want to clear and close bracket. And then you just use the same wording that's there. So you can clear people, places, houses. You can, you can pretty well use it for anything. So very, very worth your while to do that. And after you've done it a number of times, the wording will just be natural. You'll remember it. And you won't have to use the wording or look it up. It just will be automatic for you to remember it. And it will just helps you do it. Of course, if you don't know the short clearing and haven't done the long clearing, I do recommend you do the long clearing for 21 days to set the pattern and to have your subconscious be able to run that program automatically before you move on to the short clearing. But, it certainly doesn't hurt to do both at the same time as well. So there you are. Hopefully that's helpful. And the line is now open. It's 1-866-369-7464 if you'd like to phone in and have some work done. Yeah, what's Catherine Hauser says, what's the difference between the soul and star family? Well, your soul family is those group of souls that you've been working with. Then when you make a decision to incarnate and this time you could say, well, I want to do this. I want to learn whatever. Would you like to be my mother or you would to be my father? So what that means is it's a group of souls that have been working together as a collective over a number of different lifetimes. Sometimes you're the mother or the father or the daughter or in other words, there's a relationship and variations of the role that are played from lifetime to lifetime. So that's your soul family, right? Now your star family is that most of us are visitors from other galaxies, other star systems. And so there's star family. There's there can be certain, just like in a soul family, there can be certain expectations that you're going to incarnate in order to do A, B, C, D on behalf of your soul family. There can also be that agenda of when you incarnated into Earth from, say, Pleiades or Andromeda, that you had an agenda there on behalf of your family there. The thing that's important is that becoming a sovereign human being is learning how to free yourself from all that. Not that you don't want to help your soul family or your star family, but you don't want to be overwhelmed by it either. You need to be able to learn how to clear yourself, knowing that in the process of clearing yourself, you will indirectly and directly, in some cases, clear your soul family and your star family. But the most important thing is to clear yourself and your family origins, which are your brother, sister, mother, and father, and your lineage, both matriarchal, patriarchal. Great question. Hopefully that helps. Some clarity around that. All right, let me see if there's any other questions that I may have missed here. And so don't forget, the line is now open. It's 1-866-369-7464. I can certainly answer your questions here. You can also join in by clicking the link and joining me on Zoom. I'm just going to head over to Zoom and see if anybody showed up on Zoom, since I've been focused mostly on the web page here. All right, so no, nobody has showed up on Zoom. If you would like to join me on Zoom, it's the Zoom ID number is in the wherever you're watching the show. The link is there. Just click the link, but it's 531-521-696. Okay, this is Tyson Bannigan, the Energy Detective. I'm with you for the hour to help you clear anything that has to do with energy that's not serving you or yourself or your family or your loved ones, and helping you take back your power and stand in your truth no matter what. Also, I'm available to answer any of your dowsing energy healing questions as well. And so here we are. So waiting for you to phone in 1-866-369-7464 or join me on Zoom. In the meantime, I'll head back over to the Facebook page and see if there's any other comments or requests for information. So yeah, the link for the Zoom link is right in the description of the healing hour here. All right, so Melissa Alvet says, can I receive a healing on my home energy? Everything seems to like backwards chaos. Whatever I do goes backwards, no follow through. Today I missed appointments and calls because the phone wouldn't dial and my billfold disappeared, then my keys, then an ice storm, and many more opposites go on daily here. Thank you. Oh yeah, it can get frustrating when your world starts to operate as in reverse from what you're used to, and makes you feel that something is out of sorts. So let me just tap into your energy here, Melissa. So yeah, Miss Melissa, you're not grounded. So you're 25% not in your body. So that when you're 25% not in your body, it leaves you disoriented, ungrounded, flustered, beside yourself, touchy. So do whatever you can to get back in your body. Some things is, like simply like hugging a tree, going for a walk in the sun, playing with a baby, making love, anything that actually grounds you, connects you to the earth. Putting your bare feet on the ground. I don't know where you live. It's the middle of winter, but maybe that's too much. So yeah, so whatever you can do to ground yourself, a walk in nature will help. And that will help you sort yourself out so that you stop going around in circles, which is happening now. Let me just tune into your apartment. So you're out of sorts. So let's see what's happening with your house. Yeah, your house is really not very good. So it's like 75% not non-positive. So let's clear your house. So I, Tyson Bannigan, in my holy name, working with Divine Mother and Creator God and all that is, ask for assistance in clearing Melissa Olvet's house and her property, or wherever she lives, and clearing any geopathic stress that may be adversely affecting her. And I clear this throughout all time, space, and dimensions, and throughout the multidimensional levels of reality. And I declare it so be it. It is done. Thank you. Okay, you're just going to let this clear. Fair amount of clearing going on here. As you can see, the pendulum is still doing its thing here. which symbolizes the energy being cleared. It's going counterclockwise. I did the bead that it seems to be working on is the fourth chakra. So that would be the throat. All right, so it's come to rest here. Let me just tune into the house. Okay, the house is much better. All right, so hopefully that will work. All right, so hopefully that will get you, Melissa. Yeah, so Melissa says, try to make conscious choices many times daily to ground. Outdoors is a little rough right now. Below zero, thank you. Yeah, and, even though it's zero out there, if you can just go out for a moment on the porch and take 3 deep breaths quickly and come back in, that will ground you. So yeah, and I know that, I think part of the thing about having cabin fever is not being able to ground. So one of the things that I created is a coil that is actually underneath my mattress, which is a coil of copper that then goes into the ground plug, and then goes through the electrical system and then the grounding wire into the earth. So when I sleep, it grounds me. So I find that really helps. The other thing is that you can do a grounding mat where you are sitting and working on a daily basis. So that would take a copper wire being connected to the ground wire in your plug, and then onto a sheet of copper or copper foil, if you can locate that fairly inexpensively, and that you just put your feet on. And so, for example, copper foil on top of a piece of plywood with a soldered connection to your ground wire would really help. So, and if I make those things up, so if that's something that interests you, you can get hold of me and I'll make you up one for your bed or for your desk. So that should help. All right, so Trudy, why aren't you on Zoom? I miss you. All right, can you please assist me with clearing and healing on the Murray River system here in Australia? Absolutely. Let's see what's going on. The Murray River system in Australia, it's like 75% out of its potential, or it's only 25% of its potentiality. So do I have permission to clear the Murray River system? Do I have I, for some reason, don't have permission to do that. Trudy, there's something else I need to know. Yeah. So is it more than one? No, there's something I need to know before I'm allowed to clear the Murray River system. If you have any intuition on what that could be, then let me know and then we'll clear it. All right, Melissa says, I felt that and command myself along with you. I can feel home and land better already. Yes, I still go out and walk. I appreciate this healing. Many blessings. You're most welcome. All right, Brett. Brett, how are you? Sorry I had to leave you in the lurch as I went away, but that's the way it is. Hi, Tayson. Are you able to tell me what forms of influence are affecting me? What percentages am I still open? Okay, right. So right now, Strange. I've never had this, Brett. It seems like you're pulsing from being not clear to being clear to not being clear to being clear to not being clear to being clear. I don't know if this makes any sense to you, but I'm not getting a distinct reading. When I first did it, you were only 25% clear, and then I dials again, and you're 100% clear, and then I dials again, and now you're 25% clear, and then I dials again, and you're 100%. So it's sort of like the light bulbs going on and going off, going on and going off. So there's something pulsing through your energy field that's literally switching you off, so to speak, and disconnecting you from true source consciousness. So it sounds like we need to have a session to get you back online and fully connected to source so that this pulsing can stop. Hopefully you heard that, and hopefully you will. Anyway, I'll get hold of you through Messenger, and we can arrange another appointment. I feel big cotton farmers taking her waters. Trudy Geiger. Yeah, okay, so let me just see. Is that the information that I need to know? Yes, okay, so. Let me see, well, what may be then? All right, so Trudy, here's what I suggest you do. I suggest that you put the big cotton farmers and the Murray River into a full court of atonement and let the angelic kingdom and the elementals work on it to come to some reconciliation. That will help remove you from any judgment about you may have between big cotton farmers and what's going on with the river. And the river as an energy system can either increase its flow or decrease its flow, or the elementals can increase the rain, or the crops can be require less water or whatever. So in other words, between the angelic and elemental kingdoms, if you ask for their assistance through a full court of atonement, this can be reconciled. Okay, so I suggest you go ahead and do that. Yes, you're asking about political, Trudy, you're asking about political agendas. The thing about political agendas is that they always are changing, and there's no rationale to them. They're all self-serving, either at the individual political level or at the party political level. So one of the things is to not pay very much attention to whatever political agendas are, and try and not focus on that, but focus on the upper level of the forces that precede it. So for example, if working with the angelic kingdom or the elemental kingdom can nullify or supersede or nullify the political agenda. Okay, nothing like weather to change and then the political agenda around something will or Mother Nature bring about something, and that will take the political agenda and make it non-viable. All right, so let's see here. Thank you everybody for showing up today, and don't forget to please let other people know in your network that we are live. So Catherine Hauser, Trudy Geiger, Melissa Olvett, Brett Loven, Linda Boney, Dean Lacroix, Valerie Engel, Lawrence Lacrosse, Stacy Wilson Simpson, and Judy Rich Gabriel. Thank you for all showing up. And let me just see if we've got all of your comments yet. I'm not sure whether we have. All right, okay. I sent one by Zoom. Okay. So Judy Rich, maybe you could print it out here so I don't have to go back over to Zoom. Or Judy, are you on Zoom? Catherine, there's an energetic. Oh, Trudy says, thank you. That helps me so much. You're more than welcome. Okay, Catherine, there's an energetic river that runs under my home. I honor. Is there anything I can share to help protect this? Any guidance appreciated. Well, Catherine, the most important thing is that what you've just come to conclusion around, and that is when you have when you love the energy of the river flowing underneath your home and you honor it, that gratitude is really what makes the world go round, so to speak, and helps have the right relationship between humans and elementals. So I think that's a good thing to do. Yeah, I just think continuing, Catherine, just continue to love that energy is all you really need to do. And that energy will keep flowing. It will be bright and sparkling. It will be energetic and vitalized. It's that human interaction as being a planetary steward that really gets the elementals dancing, so to speak, with this excitement, because for generations and generations, we have not been working directly and speaking with the elementals, and the elementals are used to human. I mean, let's put it this way: there was certainly a time when humans were much more closely connected to the elementals and worked more closely, and our emotions were more deeply connected to the elemental forces, particularly in Lemuria. So there's still remembrances of the elementals, what it is to have that relationship with humans. And even on the human level, there's also that yearning or that remembrance or that knowingness. So when that actually happens, when that connection, that sacred divine connection between the two is revitalized, there's so much joy and love that's created and so much planetary transformation that occurs by doing that. So I encourage you, yes, love the water that flows underneath your house, honor, and that will be help protected as well. Let me just see. I'm going to go over to Zoom because there was supposed to be a comment there. So let's go over to Zoom. Okay, Zoom. Okay, question. All right. Oh, we've got 2 participants here. Let me just see who is showed up here. All right, one attendee. Energy landscape. Okay, I'm going to allow you to talk. We're going to move you in to panelists. So energy landscaping, you are free to go ahead and ask. Hi, there you are. How are you? I haven't seen you for a while.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Been way too long.
Yeah, it's way too long. Great. Are you going to join the group again this time around?
I realized I just missed it yesterday, right?
Well, no, it's still got some room open.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it might work. Yesterday I couldn't, or Sunday, but
Yeah, I think there's still time. I think there's 8 people, if I remember correctly. We're talking about the Sacred Evolutionary Dowsing Consortium. We're going to be working with the elementals this time around. It's a very exciting group of people. I think there's 8 people in the group. There's open possibilities up to 12. So that's something that people can relate to. Shelley's more than open to have other people join. So if that's you out there, if you're listening to the show, The Healing Hour, and that's something that you resonate with, by all means, why not come on and join us? So that you got here, so great to see and hear you. I'm helping clear up the retreat center at Ojai. Wow, do I want to make it pop? Whoops, I shouldn't talk then.
well, I just wanted to keep the name of it clear.
Right.
But we had a lot of damage from the Thomas fire last year.
Yeah.
So it's been a very interesting clearing. We're still not open. And we had tremendous physical damage. I mean, like the entire place, not all the buildings, but much of the property and the trees and bushes and everything were burnt. But what I was wondering if you could help me check in on was the energy has just been plodding, like so slow getting this back up and going. And part of it when I check in is that the land wants the time, the land needs it. But there's also there's something hanging, there's some energy that's really resisting us coming into a full, I say, being like a pillar of light, of really coming into the full strength of the what I believe the place is intended to be.
Well, the first thing I get is the land is really grieving
Yeah.
and really needs that time to grieve, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just the land, it's all the wildlife and all the life forms that were there, and also the humans too, right? There's so much that has happened there, so much transformation. You know, it's literally the end of an era there, and it's almost like doing a requiem, you know, or doing an honoring, or even doing a scrapbook about what was, and honoring what was, so that the new can then be birthed. So I think
Great idea.
it's a matter of time to allow that process to happen and not to rush it, right?
Right. That's what I keep getting. And of course, there's, great
Desire to rush it.
desire from the community. And I mean, financially, because if we're not open, there's no way for us to earn any money. And so it's a bit of a precarious situation. But yeah, I'm really feeling like it's the right timing and that it still needs more time. And I mean, we're over a year because it was a year ago, December.
Right. I'm wondering whether you can, do you know about the Court of Atonement work?
The what? Yep.
Court of Atonement.
Mhm.
Yeah, Amy Jo Ellis, there's a number of interviews on the Wellness Show.
Amy Jo Ellis.
Excuse me, yes.
Bless you.
And it's called the Court of Atonement. And basically it's like this, I'll just do it for you, and then you can do all the background work and I can help you learn more about it. So it would go something like this. I, Tyson Bannigan, in my holy name, call full Court of Atonement with the assistance of Divine Mother, Creator God, and all that is, with regard to the retreat center mentioned in all the elemental kingdoms, for full reconciliation and restitution of all energies necessary for the revitalization of all levels of the landscape. And we ask that the asunder be done with compassion and love for all concerned. And we ask that Divine Mother and Creator God for their assistance, the assistance of the elemental divine forces, the angelic kingdom to assist in this, so that the original intention, actually it's not the original intention, but the evolving new intention
Good
of
clarification.
All High be allowed to birth, and that those and all those that are involved, let's put them in there too, so that they can let go of what was, so what new that's wanting to be birthed can be birthed. And it won't be what it was. It will actually can be quite something quite, the word magnificent comes through, quite uniquely different than what it was. So I think that's part of the problem, is people have this sense of what it was and that it should be that again. And that's not what it's going to be, or that's not what it wants to be. And if you think about it at that level, if I'm tuned into the retreat center, there would be resistance, energetic resistance, if people were pushing me to be something I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Because
We've
my
clearly
calling,
sensed that. Yeah, we've clearly sensed that it's going to be something really much more magnificent.
right, magnificent is the word, and allowing that to happen. So are there people that would understand what, if you talk to them about what we're talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I would have a meeting with the key people as soon as possible to share this information and how vitally important. And it would be great if all of you did a full Court of Atonement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the value of this is that I love about it is it's nothing that you have to figure out. All you have to do is allow for it to ask that it happen, and it gets done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really us asking as earth stewards or planetary stewards for some healing to happen, and then the actual angelic and the elemental kingdoms does the necessary work. Our job is to sort of be the initiators of it.
Right. Right.
Much easier position to be in than trying to fix it all.
Yes, I've definitely shifted that in all my dowsing. Just like I hold space for it all to happen and just call in those that are here to do the work.
Great. Well, I'm glad that there would be enough people there that will understand that and that this can move ahead then. It has really done such an important job in the past. Isn't it, wouldn't it be, won't it be exciting? I'm trying to find the words. What wants to be emerging there, right?
Yes, yes. Well, thank you.
You're
And I
more than
will-
welcome.
I'll look this up so is it something that you just try to do on a regular basis? I mean, we do meditation every morning. Should we just say it every morning or just do it once and it's,
You can do it once, but I do tend to want it's sort of like yeah, you can do it once, but sometimes I treat it like a good soup that's on the back burner, right?
right?
It's on a little rolling boil, and I maybe want to put some spices in there or cut another potato or right. That's sort of how I see it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Um,
You can always spruce it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Make sure.
yeah. Or I forgot that I could add that bit too, right?
Yes.
But theoretically, I think you can only have to do it once. So Amy Jo Ellis, you can Google it, AMY Ellis, ELLIS. Amy, sorry, and there's a Joe in the middle of that. And you'll find the videos will come up right away of the interviews that I did with her, and also her website. She has 2 books. They're inexpensive, and they're really easy to read. And she has online courses. I think there's one today too that she's doing.
Great.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Tyson.
Oh, you're welcome.
Wonderful.
All right.
Good to see
Bye
you
for
soon.
now. All right, so the lines are open, 1-866-369-7464. If you want to join us live, you're more than welcome. And we are standing by. I'm going to head back over to the Dowsing Energy Healing Facebook group and see if there's any more questions there. And let's see here. Oh, here we go. Hello, you're welcome to the Healing Hour.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, and how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Great. You sound like you got your energy back. You got your mojo up.
I'm trying to pretend.
Good. Good.
I'm wondering. I've been misplacing things. What's up with that? You know.
Well, are there things that you should be losing?
Okay. I don't think so. I lost my ID with my SIN number, and then I misplaced my husband, deceased, wallet
Wow.
with his social insurance number, his driver's license, his birth certificate.
Well, that's not good. So, what do you think that's all about?
I don't know. Maybe it's telling me it's a new chapter or what have you. But
Well, there you are.
before I need the document.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's true that it is a new chapter. You know, it's a new chapter, and anything in the way that you used to do things, you're going to be doing them totally different. So one of the things you could do is come to that realization that it will be completely different, and then say in a court of atonement, ask that everything reappears and clarity come for the new way that things should unfold to be obvious to you, right?
Okay. Yeah. I
The-
want those things to show up. I mean, unless I threw them out in the garbage by mistake, I can't find them anywhere.
Yeah, most likely that didn't happen. So most likely
You think it's in the house? I look in the house like 600 times.
Right.
Well, that's an exaggeration, but
Right.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Well, let me just see. So the first thing you want to look for is what?
Well, the documents, well, all of them.
Okay, so where are the documents? Are they in the house? I get they're not in the house.
Oh, Lord.
Did you take them somewhere?
Unless I threw them in the garbage.
No, I don't think you threw them in the garbage. Any other questions about it all? Like what comes to your mind?
Well, I guess I'll find them sooner or later. I don't know. Or I just have to forget about it.
Yeah, that's one of the techniques I like to use is just stop trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Just let it go. Get on with the rest of your life the best you can and let it pop up.
Yeah. But you know, when in these forms that follow a death, they require these certificates.
Yeah, I understand that. It's can be really, really frustrating.
But I guess I'll forget it and just let things run smoothly.
Yeah, why don't you give yourself 7 days?
I've been giving it 2 weeks.
All right. Yeah, but you've been really worried about it, right? You've been really running around, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that's true, and I get frustrated.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, can you leave it alone and not worry about it for 7 days?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I should do that.
Yeah, because I've found that whenever I'm worrying and and I go to the bathroom and I'm stopped. I can't do what I need to do in the bathroom and think at the same time. All of a sudden, something comes through and I remember or I have a new idea. So disengaging the brain from running around in circles like a hamster on the wheel can bring about really positive results.
So you think it's not in the house at all?
Well, I don't know. Let's not worry about this or that because again, you're back like on the hamster wheel trying to figure it out. Let it all go, even what I said, for 7 days.
Yeah, okay.
Do all the other things that you need to do, to get things done, right?
And I'm doing nothing. I should really get doing something.
Yeah, get doing something. Get doing something that you've been always wanting to do in your, this is your time, right? This is your time in your life. This is what you've been waiting for. You've been busy all your life with family and with your husband, and now this is your time. And what is it that you really want to do? What do you, this is really your sacred time. This is an exciting time for you. So step into it and start playing with these new energies, these new ideas.
Well, I'm trying to think it's exciting, but it's very hard to think it's exciting.
Well, you don't have to be exciting other than it's certainly going to be different and it's good. And why can't it be a lot of fun?
Yeah.
And stressing out, trying to figure something out is not fun.
Yeah, I think I'd like to go on once I do our taxes, I think I need to go on a holiday away from here.
Yes.
So I can kind of think I'm here and I get all sort of confused, mixed ideas. I don't have any clarity.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. You need a whole different space to look at things. So can you go visit one of your children or take a short trip or something?
I don't, we never had kids. I have lots of nieces and nephews. Yes, oh yes, they want me to come, but it requires traveling.
Yeah. Well,
So
I'm just saying if you could have a change of scenery for a few days, it would really help. Right?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because what happened, somebody came and they're living in my space. And to be honest, I think if I was here by myself, it would be better.
Yeah, I think you're right. You don't want anybody in your space right now. You just want to be you. There's enough going on. You're clearing up so much energetically from what was been happening with you. I mean, you just lived a very, very intense part of your life. So you need time to let go of all that and just being still, if not even necessarily reading a book, but just sitting in a chair and being okay with it.
Yeah, and then somebody I guess figured, oh, I should be alone. So when he passed away, they phoned her up and she came. But tell her the truth, whereas like cheese and chalk.
Yeah. Well, be blunt or not be blunt and say, thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with me, and that period's over and I really need to get on with the rest of my life. And so.
Well, I'm giving her until, I guess, March or April, because I don't want to be nasty, because she also doesn't really have a home right now.
Well, yeah, but don't be the enabler either. I mean, that's a long time for you not to be able to get into you being you. Look, your whole life has been enabling your husband to do what he needed to do. And this is not.
Well, 50%. I wouldn't put it all on him.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying. You don't need another husband. You don't need another somebody in that position, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you need.
Yes, I'm sort of not wanting to be unkind. So,
Well, sometimes it's worthwhile to be unkind. It may be just what that person needs. You can also, do it in a court of atonement. You can just ask that the right situation be created for this person to realize that it's not to their best, in their best interest to be there. I've done that many, many times. And so the energy shifts, and it's got nothing to do with me telling them anything. It's just that they get the message, right?
Yeah. Well, she said she's trying to find a place.
Well, then help her find a place energetically.
Yeah, I've given her the court of atonement, but I don't think she's been doing it too much.
Right. All right. So that should be your goal for the next 7 days.
Yeah, and thanks for your
Oh, you're welcome.
input. And thanks very much.
Good to hear your voice again.
Good to hear your voice.
All right. Bye for now.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
All right. This is Tyson Banning, the energy detective, the illuminator, helping bring you and humanity to light. This has been the Healing Hour every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back the same time. Until then, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Bye for now. The Healing Hour, brought to you every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. During the show, you can phone in toll-free in North America, 1-866-369-7464 or 1-866-dowsing. The Healing Hour is live on Facebook, hosted by the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy and sponsored by the Facebook page, The Healing Arts Academy. Produced by The Wellness Show, and until next Tuesday, same time, same place, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.